If you're only treating acne like it's just a surface level issue, you're already cooked. Yet this is the majority. Most people today are purely treating the symptoms. They're using chemical creams, liver destroying pills such as Accutane, attempting to get temporary fixes, but it's just that, temporary. Ultimately, these treatments are designed to make money and won't actually help you long term. They're products that these companies want and need you to rely on for essentially the rest of your life. The truth that these companies don't want you to know is that acne isn't random, it's not bad luck, it's not genetic, and it's most certainly not a surface level issue. While it's not pretty, acne is the aesthetic symptom of your body, although inefficiently and dysfunctionally attempting to detox and heal. So instead of purely treating the outward appearances, best way to correct this issue would be by removing the roadblocks that are hindering this natural and usually seamless process. We do that by optimizing our health. So through nutrition, through correct environmental inputs, through detoxification protocols, through actually addressing the internal issue that is causing acne to manifest outwardly. So yeah, I'm gonna cover everything in this video. This is the ultimate skincare guide, like the best natural skincare guide on YouTube. It's gonna be everything you need to know to actually treat the root cause of acne and get the results that you're truly after, that being clear, glowing, healthy skin and a healthy appearance. So yeah, two members in my school community, Gemma and Yvette, both struggled with acne for years. You know, they've tried all the conventional stuff, cleansers, masks, some basic dietary eliminations, yet nothing seemed to be working for them. It wasn't until they tried my protocol, the very protocol that I'm going to outline in this video, that they began to see results and their acne has completely cleared up in a matter of weeks. So yeah, getting right into it, I need to explain the various root causes of acne because it differs from person to person. As I was explaining, acne is a detoxification and healing symptom. The skin is naturally a detox organ. So the first step in understanding how to treat acne is understanding what the actual root causes of the issue are. As I said before, your skin is a natural detox organ. Your body is designed to expel waste through the skin. That's not the problem. The problem arises when this process becomes inefficient, overly burdened, or chronically dysfunctional. And that's when the process goes from invisible, effortless, and seamless to becoming something that's visible, red, and painful. The root causes of this dysfunction can be overtoxicity. So your body is burdened with too high an amount of toxins, whether that be from medications, poor diet, environmental toxins such as in the air and in the water, but ultimately it's more toxicity than your body can keep up with. Another key root cause would be nutrient deficiency. So in this whole detoxification process, your body needs essential nutrients such as raw fats to facilitate the neutralization and the perspiration of said toxins. And obviously when your body lacks this, the whole process becomes far slower, far more inefficient, and also chronically dysfunctional. The third root cause would be lymphatic congestion. So it's your lymphatic system that works in partnership with the skin to perspire said toxins. So your lymph nodes, your lymph glands, this is where toxicity is broken down for it then to be exited via the skin. And a lot of people, due to poor diet and lifestyle, have a very congested lymphatic system. So instead of being sweated out of the skin effortlessly, a lot of the waste gets stored and stuck inside the connective tissues and skin where it remains as chronic acne. And then the final major root cause would be poor cellular efficiency. So it's literally just your cells lacking the necessary ATP to energize the cells to operate detox productively. Yeah, so for most people, it's not just going to be one of these four root causes, it's likely a combination, but all these steps that I'll outline will help to treat all of these issues holistically. Step one is going to be environmental light exposure. So sunlight is essential, not just for vitamin D, but for cellular signaling, gut function, and lymphatic mobility. Morning UVA is foundational. So the longer wavelengths of light that you get in the morning sunlight and evening sunlight literally penetrate deep into your body. So that stimulates a healthy gut microbiome, boosts ATP output, and helps stimulate correct function in the lymphatics. And non-negotiable for anyone, regardless of healthy skin or not, you should be getting morning sunlight. So spending the first 30 minutes of your day out in the sun. If there's no sun, if there's clouds over the sun, still going outside, getting your shirt off, getting your skin, your gut, everything exposed to these wavelengths of light. And this is where major healing can really take place. Morning sunlight is major, and this is what a lot of people neglect, but then you'd still want to build it up into midday sunlight. So you'd want to be getting the UVB during the midday so your body can actually produce and synthesize vitamin D. If you're pale or don't tolerate the sun well, I would avoid using any chemical sunscreens, but rather I'd start with morning sunlight and build it up slowly as the UV climbs throughout the day. And as your skin becomes a little bit pink or you can't tolerate the sun any longer, that's when you'd come out, you'd take a break, you'd sit in the shade for the rest of the day or for for as long as you feel you'd need. Sunlight is a non-negotiable for acne and skin health. A lot of you guys who struggle with acne will notice that in times of a lot of sunlight, when you're spending a lot of times outdoors, so usually during summer, your acne will drastically reduce. So that's one of the environmental steps. Moving on to the dietary steps, we need to be introducing raw fats. So your skin is literally built out of fat. Your detox systems run on fat. Our body uses fat to neutralize volatile toxins that we're perspiring throughout the skin. So if you're deficient in said fat, the toxins coming out will actually be damaging the skin on the way out, and that's when you have red, inflamed, painful acne. Think of fat as the buffer, so like the rubber around electrical wire. It's super crucial to the whole process, and without it, it will become very damaging and hazardous just to detox in general. So yeah, if you have inflamed or cystic acne, you know that this is going to be a major thing for you. It's a sign of raw fat deficiency. So some key raw fats you can add back into your diet would be some raw dairy, so like raw milk, raw cream, raw unsalted butter, raw unsalted cheeses, raw egg yolks, general raw animal fats. So the raw fat from raw meat, and then you're going to be actually getting the nutrients to build the lipid layer in your skin and then lymphatic systems, and then you're actually going to be getting the necessary fats to build the lipid layer in your skin and your lymphatic system to a healthy level that it can facilitate this detox effortlessly, smoothly. Step number 3 for treating acne will be addressing your gut microbiome. So I talked about this a little bit in the first step. Obviously, getting all the UVA onto your stomach area, so shirtless in the sun, will stimulate a lot of growth in the microbiome. But what we also need to be doing is reinforcing bacterial diversity and making sure we have adequate bacteria in the microbiome. The simple way to do this would be by introducing bacterial-rich foods and bacterially diverse foods. This would come in the form of raw animal-based foods, so raw meats, raw eggs, raw dairy, and then also fermented foods. So letting your raw milk ferment in glass into raw kefir, you'd be getting a much more diverse sample and exposure to the bacteria, which would ultimately nourish your gut and then ultimately nourish and heal your body. Because in this whole detoxification process, though it's happening through the skin, though it's happening via the lymphatic system, it is the bacteria that are operating the little steps of breaking down the toxins and moving the toxins along. So the bacteria are absolutely necessary. And if your gut is lacking in them, then that's going to be an impossible process to do otherwise. So yeah, reintroduce a lot of raw foods, raw animal foods, and then also avoid a lot of processed foods with preservatives, because that will ultimately be at the detriment of your gut microbiome. These will be harmful to your microbiome. You'd also obviously want to be avoiding like antibiotics, excessive alcohol consumption, these sort of things that would hinder the health of our bacterial friends. So step 4, this is how you address a congested lymphatic system. This is the hot bath detox protocol. So basically in a bathtub, filling it up with hot water at about 38 to 40 degrees Celsius, 105 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. So quite hot. You're filling it up. You're putting about a glass of milk, raw or pasteurized, it doesn't matter. You just need some fat content in there to buffer toxins. Putting a handful of salt, a few tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, all these ingredients just to neutralize the toxicity. And then you're sitting in this bath for a minimum of 40 minutes. And this basically will melt and liquefy the congested lymphatic system. So your lymphatic system can be congested due to a few reasons. It could be like excessive seed oils in your diet. It could be a lack of like just general mobility in day-to-day life, like a sedentary lifestyle. It could also be due to nutrient deficiency. So your body just lacks the fats, for example, to efficiently lubricate this whole system. So by getting in the bath and liquefying it and getting it moving essentially the same way heat would mobilize blood flow, you're also bringing along the process of sweating out the toxins via the skin. So think of it as the same thing as a sauna. You're going to be sweating out toxins, but it's just a lot more effective than a sauna as the heat goes a lot deeper. And then compared to a sauna, you're not reabsorbing the toxins that you sweat out, because in a sauna you sweat out the toxins, it sits on your skin and it's actually going to be reabsorbed. So it doesn't have any of the major issues that a sauna has. So yeah, 38, 40 degrees Celsius bath in there for a minimum of 40 minutes. You want to build it up to 90 minutes plus if you can. One thing that's important to do is having a bowl of ice water that you can put a rag in to put that on your head to keep your brain and nervous system cool, because if your brain gets hot, you'll panic, you want to get out. If you keep your brain cool, you'll be able to stay in for that long enough period of time to effectively see results in bringing along the detox. Okay, so step 5, this is a great natural trick to get rid of acne extremely quickly. It won't be addressing the root cause on as deep a level as the previous steps, but it absolutely does work. So that would be swimming in the ocean. Via osmosis, the salt water will literally be drawing out the toxins at the very surface level of the skin. So similar to sweating, by the sodium gradient between the water and your skin, the surface level toxins will be pulled out and those enlarged pores will be dried out. So yeah, literally a few days of just swimming in the ocean consistently, getting a lot of sunlight as well, pairing the two together would work really well. Obviously, you'd also be getting a lot of grounding benefits from being in the ocean, so getting a ton of negative ions, which would help balance out the inflammation in your body. I would expect to see massive changes. And if you do all of the steps that I've listed together along with this, I would guarantee that your acne will not come back. And if it does, if you do get the odd pimple here or there, you can be sure it's a necessary detoxification that your body just has to do to maintain healthy homeostasis. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some actionable steps and gave you a bit of an idea of how you can treat your acne fully naturally. If you are curious about learning more, I do have a private course and community, so that's linked in the description below. And in there is where I have exact guides for diet, some more protocols around skincare, and obviously guidance from myself, so you guys can be sure that you're doing everything that I've outlined and everything that I recommend exactly right. So yeah, that's linked in the description of this video. It would be great to see you guys in there. It's only like $30 a month, so about $1 a day, so it's not much at all. And what's also great about it is it's a community of like-minded, health-conscious people, both men and women, who are also motivated about improving their health, their looks, their skin, all of these things. But yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys.